Hey everybody, it's Last Robokai here. I'm joined by Cool Guy, and it's time for a little bit of side mission and a little bit of training.
It's a great gesture, particularly when you're talking about Okatsu.
We are doing our final mission for getting skills. All the final missions for everything will have 2 different skills you can choose from, and you can pick one, and if you want to use the other one, it will unset the other one. So the ninjutsu and omnio magic this time are on the cards, and as always we're fighting with a very set number of items. There's a very interesting scroll we've just used. That particular scroll ensures that if we die, we don't actually die. If I'm thinking of the correct one. It'll in fact do the ninja trick where you leave a little log on the ground and return.
I've always loved that. You literally drop a log, which, you know, I mean, that has an entirely separate meaning in the modern era than it did back then. It's just I love the idea of just like, oh, you thought I died, but I actually just took a shit.
But this is a lot harder than usual because she's
not possessed?
Is this it? Yep, here we go.
How did you survive that? Oh, right, yeah. Because you dropped the log.
Yeah, unfortunately I only have one of those, so...
Yeah, well. Her thick thighs are still saving lives, though, you know, this time she's not freaking barefoot.
Yeah. I was toggled onto the wrong shortcut, so I didn't actually like give myself a healing item. I instead used the bomb, and that was a mistake. Okay, let's drop one of those. Let's have one of those. Let's do one of these, and switch back. Okay.
I do appreciate how you kind of like instinctively avoided that mine, even though you just proved that you don't need to, because you don't set off your own mines.
Just, you know, just doing things the ninja way.
Force of habit.
We've slowed her down a bit, but she's still quite menacing.
I mean, it's Okatsu. Yes, she's still quick as hell.
Okay.
I seriously want to know how she manages to throw all of those knives at the same time. Because damn,
my assumption is she does it by holding each kunai in between, you know, a finger.
Christ. Never tried that before.
She throws like 4 of them, I think.
Yeah.
So that's enough to sort of do it. You know, one pinched between thumb and finger.
Here. Yeah, thumb and index finger, index and middle finger and ring finger and small finger. Yeah, that'd be 4. I literally just was like tapping my fingers as I did this because, you know, I wanted to be accurate. Damn it. Oh, I think you got her. I think you got her, but we can never be sure until it's actually over. Because it's fucking Okatsu.
Sort of shows, you know, a good ninja set can make a boss a whole different kind of fight.
No joke. Fire.
She was feeling a little bit sore about the last time we beat her, and now she's just going to be feeling even more sore about it.
I mean, she does hold grudges, like, forever. It's one of her least attractive qualities, actually.
To be fair, the last major grudge she held was, you made my brother kill himself.
That is true. You know, I mean, she doesn't have a great history with grudges. Gentleman, or maybe I'm just still having a bromance with, and the gentleman's name is slipping my mind right now. The amazing beard dude who has been training us in samurai ways the entire time.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, his name is escaping me, but he's got that incredible beard and every single.
But we can now equip a mystic art, and I've equipped the one that allows us to instantly use a ninjutsu on yourself. So that little pose that William did when he made the scroll happen, the little pose that he takes when he wipes the poison onto his weapon, instant. They're just on.
Just
You don't have to worry
just
about. You do not have to worry
immediately
about
buff yourself.
casting animations on an item that you use on yourself. It changes the game.
Yeah, I imagine it does.
And now we're going to be doing a similar thing with Omnio Magic.
And we have to fight Mitsuhide. I'm sorry, Tenkai.
Yeah, well, no, we won't be fighting him because, as you know, when we do our little magical training, they summon things for us to fight,
It's true. I forgot.
which is going to mean that this game knows me. This game knows my hat. It knows what to do. So we got a few little tricks here.
I feel a little
Creates a
attacked
compact
right
barrier that purges negative ki. We got ourselves a sloth talisman. I haven't been using those because they're broken as hell for the most part.
now.
We've got one here, and I'm going to use it.
Lightning Stop Talisman. That name sort of says it all, doesn't it?
Yep, we're going to be fighting some lightning-based enemies this time. Got a little bit of regen on.
Alright. This is a good thing to start with.
Because I've got a wooden stick, let's try and make this a little bit more,
Efficient.
yeah.
There's the ticket.
The water just dunks on these guys so hard. Just doesn't feel like I've just got enough ki at the moment. Probably just being very impatient.
I mean, particularly, you've buffed yourself with a whole bunch of stuff that is on a very strict timer. I don't blame you for wanting to get through phases quickly. The combination of that slap versus the tongue wind up made it seem to me like he was just really ticked off that he didn't grab you. This is problematic.
And yes, this is the final boss
This is problematic.
of learning magic. Fuck
Nue,
you,
no.
Tenkai.
Nue, please. Why does every fucking Omnio mage have this thing as his familiar?
Bloody Roo is what it is.
Well, actually, we know the answer to that because they're really, really scary to fight. That's why they do it. Jesus! Boy, he turned on a dime, didn't he?
Oh yeah, this one hits hard. Forgot there was another one of those.
Sort of.
Now I'm slowed.
And there's fucking Oni pools everywhere.
I'll do it again, because once is never enough.
Oh god, keep it going! Okay, there you go.
Alright, it's time to cheese. What's good for the goose is good for the new
Dander. But you don't have a frickin' living weapon, so I'm curious to see how you intend to cheese in this situation.
Well, I've already sloth talismaned him, which has basically made it so that he's got nothing.
Oh, please. Sloth Talisman is like the least you're deserved when it's a damn Nue around. That's not good. You did, in fact, got this.
I love that. It's like the gesture you hold.
Yeah.
Hold back, my friend. I got this.
I got this.
Yeah. And similarly to ninjutsu, you've got a mystic art for Omnio Magic, which allows you to insta-cast on yourself, and it also cuts down the casting time for other spells that you use on allies. So if you've got like a buff that you would use for allies as well as yourself, that's like half the cast time. But like casting fireballs and stuff is still the regular cast time.
Be sure not to use it unwisely. My apologies, I was rambling. I love the idea of Tenkai just sort of getting lost in himself as he's trying to talk to William.
I'm still trying to figure out if that isn't a reference to Nioh 2. Because Nioh 2 is set during the rise of Oda Nobunaga and then the rise of Hideyoshi. So it's kind of like, is that who he's referring to? Is that secretly who he's referring to?
That's a good question, buddy.
Because I can't think of anybody else it could be referring to.
I mean,
Unless he's talking about himself.
it is worth noting in a in terms of the overall game development life cycle, is that the creative portion of things, like the creative design. So I'm talking about things like the writing and the concept and game design documents. Those are frequently done like multiple years in advance, simply because they are the absolute foundation. They are the complete prerequisite for anything happening, or even just getting approval or funding for anything. And this is another name that's escaping me. Who was the character designer for many of the PS1 era Final Fantasy games? Oh my God!
No, Mask.
Jesus fucking
you
Mary
looked up.
Christ! Yes, I was in another tab, like trying to look at Google, and fucking went back. Bullshit looking at me.
I'm just gonna reach over and give William a pat on the head. Well done. We got him.
Oh my God! Yeah, you got me. You got me good there, homie. Jesus. Anyway, so the question I was asking was, I'm forgetting this gentleman's name. Belts and Zippers.
Nomura.
Nomura.
Tetsuya Nomura?
Yes, Tetsuya Nomura. Names frequently escape me. I'm sorry if you ever watched this episode, Mr. Nomura. I think you get a way worse
He's
rap
too busy.
than... Yeah, probably. But I think he gets a way worse rap than he deserves. But the point is that around the time that Final Fantasy VIII came out and they were talking about Final Fantasy IX, in one particular interview, he happened to brag that they already had writing and stories and everything done all the way up to Final Fantasy 15, which didn't surprise me at all when he said it, simply because, all that said is they have 6 different stories and concepts for a Final Fantasy game that, could get funded at any time. That's only fucking sane. That's only sane. Jesus Christ, that's gonna haunt my dreams tonight. Thank you, by the way.
I was so happy I got that in that last mission. When I realized I had it, I was like, yes!
Can't imagine you would figured it would get me quite that hard though. I'm freaking distracted.
I was so sad that it wasn't dropping, and then it did.
God.
And everything was good again. It's not often we have something so far away it only has a white target on it.
Huh. That skeleton just sort of shrugged that off.
And then he just ducks under my shot. It's just like, come on, dude, don't be rude.
He head faked. It's fine. He's like he moves like they do. He's like Agent Smith.
That's why I hate fighting on the bridge.
That's why everybody.
And it always feels like they know, because they always just linger just enough in the spot where it's super irritating, and it's just like, come on, get off the bridge, and then you push them back onto the bridge because that's how the game works.
I mean,
like,
when you're on the offensive, they literally lose ground. Like
You see me just doing the angry wobble.
The angry wobble.
It's like, come on.
I feel like that's going to need to be like a reaction gif to something. The angry wobble.
It's just what my William does. He just shimmies from side to side furiously, waiting for something to happen.
It is one of the little quirks of your play that I absolutely cherish.
Yes, this is the place I definitely wanted to fight a Tenju. Also with the guy throwing bombs. Oh boy. I'm like, am I safe here? No, he's still doing it.
Absolutely
oh, the camera. Camera, please, camera.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I thought I was dead.
This is a situation where the game has like 100% designed itself just so everything will work against you.
That didn't kill it, but it's in a much easier to handle position now.
I mean, at the end, so maybe he can't huck the bomb up here? Question mark. I love the irony of attempting to inflict by the way.
I just wanted to do it. I wanted to see if it did anything, like if it did much damage, but it definitely doesn't seem like it does much damage at all.
It's just
Not
I
even just
want
as a
that to
wind
be an
elemental thing, but
achievement
just as a
with
general
Neo
thing.
2 or something. Irony. We just call it irony. Afflict. Give a Tengu a wind affliction. There you go.
Oh, I was hoping it might make him fly and fuck off! I'm so glad Neo 2 gives these guys more of a moveset.
Yeah, seriously, like I.
They actually do different moves. Like they still have that rotation, and you can still trick them into that rotation, but they have a variety of different attacks they can do, and it's nice. Oh, the just get ignored.
I mean, honestly, at this point, he's been shamed, so I feel like just leaving him there is almost more of a punishment than killing him.
Works
PS
for me.
mine, by the way.
Yeah, sort of. I don't know if I noticed it then and just sort of went around it, or if I'm just oblivious to its existence until I'm directly, almost directly on top of it.
It's not
Hi.
really. God! Why?
Nope, I'm just accidentally walking past it.
Fucking less than underscore greater than. Like that is that fucking mask. It's almost aggressively ugly.
It's a very angry monkey face, but also with tusks. No, regular animals do get a lot more horrific when you fuck their teeth up. That's for sure.
I mean,
people get more horrific when you fuck their teeth up.
you say it's an angry monkey face and with tusks, and I'm just like, that just basically makes it a troll. Like, you know, every time a troll has been depicted, it's like vaguely simian, but has these massive tusks that are just like, please don't.
Mm-hmm. And you know, there's just enough of the face and nothing else that it's, you know, it really carries that.
But the eyes also really just mess with me. The eyes absolutely mess with me on that map. Like,
it's kind of funny and easy to forget that there are in fact monkeys in Japan.
There are indeed.
And they quite like hanging around hotspot areas, and you gotta ignore them, because if you try and touch them, they'll shred the shit out of you because they want to enjoy the hot tub as well.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they have it figured out in life. You know, I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Like, what is heaven? What is the physical location of heaven? It's a hot spring. Like, firmly believe that. Owe it to yourself to go to a hot spring if you haven't. Everybody love watching this video. Go to a damn hot spring and look it up on Google. I almost guarantee there is one closer to you than you think.
Speaking of monkeys, there's something that I probably should have explained back when I said it, but a long time ago I said Neo 2 follows a lot of Hideyoshi before he actually gets the name Hideyoshi from his very early days, and I called him Monkey Boy. That was actually Monkey was actually like the nickname that Oda Nobunaga had for him. So apparently he had ape-like qualities to him as well.
Or he was just
I'm
like
not entirely
bouncing
sure.
off the walls all the time, because like it's important to remember that the monkeys in Japan are monkeys and not apes. So they're smaller, they're more agile, they're more bouncy. You know,
I think it might have been a reference to his haircut.
Oh,
to be honest,
that sounds very Oda Nobunaga. So
yeah.
I could believe that.
Because most of the depictions I see of him, he kind of has a haircut that sort of resembles the way that the monkeys of Japan have their fur framing their face.
Like that weird aborted bowl cut.
Yeah. I know they weren't just saying he was ugly as a monkey's butt. That was like, they weren't being that mean. But it's so funny to like... I can only imagine what Oda Nobunaga's reaction would be if someone told him, oh yeah, after you died it was Hideyoshi that, it was Monkey Boy that took over.
Fucking what? You fucking what?
He'd laugh.
The
he'd
angry
laugh.
chop. Yeah, he actually would probably laugh. Just because Like he'd be pissed if he was still alive about it, but if he was once he's dead, like he was a very practical man in the best and worst ways of that word can be taken. So after he's dead, he's just like, fuck it, what do I care? I'm dead. That's hilariously ironic.
Huh. Sadly, I don't think anyone's going to ask him about that when Kelly tries to resurrect him, because he did say he was going to do that. That seems like an awfully bad idea, but
it's an incredibly bad idea. You know, I mean, frickin' Kelly is made of bad ideas. Like, he is almost literally composed of bad ideas at this point.
Yeah, I will say there is a bit of stress building in Kelly, because we are slowly closing the noose on him. He's running out of allies. He just lost his biggest backer, and in the next episode he's gonna lose the last of his allies. But you know, one we haven't seen before, but one who is nonetheless extremely pivotal to the story. Got your interest now.
I like the idea of Kelly as just like one of the dudes who runs like a slightly shady Kickstarter, and like halfway through the campaign, somebody comes out and is just like, "Hey, this dude was convicted of securities fraud in 1989 or something like that." Everybody starts figuring out, "Hey, this guy is not somebody you should be trusting."
I'm sorry, but when you said, you know, untrustable guy with the Kickstarter page, all I can imagine is his Kickstarter is help me resurrect Oda Nobunaga.
there's 100,000 edgelords that and they're just like, yeah, that dude was hardcore. I like the panic, by the way, there, because you weren't sure.
I thought I was landing on the fox.
Yes!
I honestly thought I was landing on the fox, and I was like, oh crap. They've gotten very good at putting these jerk holes on extremely precarious locations. But at the same time, I'm a lot more aware of some of the tricks I have access to. Because you see, now that I figured out that medium stance is a free no key block, when you key pulse, it's really changed my game up in a lot of ways. Because now when these guys do their big swing and I know I've got it, I just block it.
Yeah.
I don't even worry about it.
Just take that on the swords and just be like, give me another. You're gonna need another. You got another one of
it's
the
100% a free block. It has made my life, made my game so much easier. And I've noticed it playing some of the out levels after like we sort of talked about it. Fucking face, I love it so much. It's a face even your mother couldn't love.
Yeah.
Which is suitable, because we're actually climbing a mountain to find some guy's mother that he didn't love, because they were, you know, he basically sent her off into the wilderness to die, which as Hanzo said is a practice that the poorer regions of Japan do, and it's one they've been trying to stamp out.
Harsh.
Well, it's something it's kind of funny actually, because it comes up in Witcher 3 as well, when there's a period where you're playing as Ciri, and she encounters a young child that has been sent to basically led off on a trail to find something by her father, and he was essentially just abandoning it to the wilderness to die, so that he could basically send him off into the woods where a witch will get him instead, I think.
Sounds very Witcher.
Because
they
couldn't really afford the food anymore.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see if we can find this old lady. Okay, that's not an old lady.
This,
by the way, is not one of those instances where the old lady is actually turns out to be a demon. Let's just get that out of the way now. Oh, I haven't overloaded him enough yet.
Seriously, like I was just like, there's the Oni-Bee, and then there's there's the crystal demon right next to it. I'm just like, a 2-year-old could make this connection. Dual katanas, this is the perfect thing for this.
Yeah, builds up the effects well. So yeah, as you can see, there's a bit of a pattern emerging, and the game's gonna go, haha, you thought there was a pattern emerging? Fuck you. Fuck you, I'm dropping an Onryoki on you again. It's like, game, you can't keep dropping an Onryoki on me anymore, okay? It just doesn't work anymore.
I'm used to it now.
To the point that I've just straight up inflicted confusion. I don't care. I think, yep, there's an Oni big. Sure, whatever. I really don't care. It's dead. Another Oni B's dead.
Gone.
There we go. Everything's done.
GG, no re.
No re. Oh dear.
Fantastic.
Oh, there's a thing over here. Let's search it. Backwards.
Look away while we're searching it.
ようやっとただ飯ぐらいからおさらばできるの
I'm not sure if the mask intensified or
あの子に会
took
え
away
ない
from
とな
that.
るとじっと寂しいの
Oh, so we're too late. She got eaten.
Whoever that voice actress was, she didn't get paid enough. Shit, girl.
She did a pretty good job. Voice effect guy did a pretty good job too.
Like that was top marks.
Yeah. So that's it for this week's episode. And next time we will be heading to the Ishida Castle, Sawayama, and we will be hopefully catching that dastardly Kelly.
Yeah, we're
and
not.
stopping him before he resurrects Oda Nobunaga. I've been the last Robo Kai.
I've been Cool Guy, but we're not catching Kelly.